welcome to another studio vlog. Tania here. If you are new, welcome. Come, sit down. Let's talk. Anyway, so last week I didn't post a video, I'll be honest, but I have been working towards making a couple of changes, not only here on YouTube, but on Instagram. Last week, I went ahead and did a giveaway to hopefully try to bring some of those people over here, because this is where I plan to spend some of my time, or most of my time, this spring and summer as I get ready for events and I have a couple of things going on. Now, I have been prepping new work so that I can have new art prints to present to the shop update. I don't have a regular shop update planned. I had one planned, but then it kind of went wah. But if you've watched some of my past videos, then you know that I've been dealing with some things. But anyways, we got to get over that and go ahead and start fresh. Now, I do have an event coming up in May, and I may have another one in June. I haven't quite made up my mind just yet. But if I do, that means I have to get a lot of work going, a lot of crafts, a lot of things happening. I like to work in batches, so people online on Instagram have been asking me about the Boricua boxes that I used to have. I'll be bringing 2 different designs for that, but it won't be the same. It won't be a subscription base like I had it before. But in order for me to have the Boricua boxes ready, it means that I have to have some of the smaller items that I typically fill it up with. And I'll also be making more of those so that I can have smaller items for my festivals. You see, for my festivals, I like to have smaller little knickknacks that are a little bit on the economical side for people that just want to support but don't necessarily have the budget to spend more. But anyways, that's a whole different thing. Basically, I have work to do, and I'll bring you along with me as much as I can, but I'll also go ahead and show you some of the things that I've been working on this past week. Now, I will say this, I'm gonna slow down for this one. I'm gonna try something new both here and on Instagram. On Instagram, I'll be doing the giveaways a little bit more frequently, but here on YouTube videos, I'll start including some Easter eggs somewhere around, and let's see how that works. So, I don't know. So before we start, I wanted to offer or do a shop update with some new keychains. And I wanted some of them to include some wallets, because that's what I personally like to carry. So I thought it was a good thing to have with some Puerto Rican hearts. So I bought a couple of those and some wristbands that like leather straps, also for keychains, and I'll be updating those. I'm not sure if I'll have them just for the festival or if I'll do a online update for those, but they are going to be limited. I do know that for sure, because I was only able to find a handful of those. Hopefully I'll be able to buy more, but I guess I'll see how they sell first before I break my head about where I can find these at. I do want to go ahead and take the time out here to just say that if you have watched my channel and enjoy my company, please go ahead and subscribe. I think I am going to try to put a little bit more effort in growing the channel. So if you could go ahead and do that, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. All right, so up first, somebody asked me for a special or a custom order of my Boricua girl. Well, typically it's a Boricua girl, but she wanted the Colombian flag. Now, with this specific rearview mirror charm, I don't do custom orders. It's just very straightforward. I don't even change the colors. What you see is what you get. But with this particular customer, she's a regular, so when she asked me if I could do this one but with the Colombian flag, I said why not. It's simple enough, and really I have to paint some anyway, so it's not really putting me out much. I went ahead and honored it because, like I said, she's a regular, so I went ahead and decided to take it. I am so excited with how this one came out. She is just so cute and adorable. The problem is that I know that once I post it, other people are going to start asking me for the flags, and she's so small that it's just not very easy to do certain flags, especially flags with like logos or emblems. It's just so difficult, so it does make me a little bit sad. I do want to go ahead and tell you this though. So the original image, which I'll go ahead and post here, is the Boricua girl. I always say she's one of my most popular images. Very simple, but everybody loves her. So I have her listed on Redbubble, and I also have her listed, I think I have her on Society6 as well. I'm not sure, because I don't post the same on both of them, but some of them do kind of cross over. And then I also have the digital prints on like Etsy. Now, a friend of mine, she sells like some Puerto Rican stuff or whatever, but she will happen to be on AliExpress and saw that my Boricua girl was listed on AliExpress, and it was like 3 different things that was there. She happened to see a hat. So I was like, what? I definitely don't have anything uploaded on AliExpress. So of course I went and checked it out. And sure enough, I found not just the listing with the hat, but one for the cover. And I think it was like another hat. So 3 listings in total. I started messaging them because in order for you to report it, like if you try to report it, like that's your artwork, you have to show all this stuff, and it was just too complicated. But they also do give you the option to report a listing as a third party, as long as you can show that, hey, look, this belongs to somebody else. But the thing about it is that whoever listed it, they literally took everything from Redbubble, the images, the description that is listed by Redbubble. They took everything word for word and just made new listings up there. So I happened to message them and saying you need to stop. Plus I reported them. Sure enough, like a day later, the people that they didn't even say nothing. They replied with okay. And then at the same time, I also got an email saying that the listings were put down, because I was like, look, you can literally just look up Art Ison on Redbubble and see the exact image and everything. But I just can't believe that there are so many people out there that I'm sure they're just duping people, and it's just so sad that these things are happening, that people have no respect and they are willing to just steal somebody else's work just to make a quick buck. And I know it happens. I mean, I'm not naive, but it's just sad to me. So that happened, and it actually took a little bit, like I was stressed out for a whole evening. I am very grateful for my friend that she was able to pick it up and she immediately told me about it. I do appreciate people like that. It's happened before where someone would, even something like sharing my artwork and not crediting me it on it. I do appreciate things like that. I have seen people that they just go ahead and, like, for a while there, a lot of people would just take images like off the internet and just crop the artist's name out and print it on Cricut and sell shirts and all that stuff. And I just find that really, really disrespectful. But I am thankful for the people that are willing to stand up for other artists and know that it is just not the right thing to do. But anyways, I went on a little tantrum there, but that did happen this past week, so I was dealing with that. As far as the Colombian girl, every time I paint one of these charms, each layer has to dry. So while she's drying, or while the layer is drying, I'm taking advantage and starting to paint some of the other Boricua girls that I have to get ready for the festivals, because like I mentioned before, I like to work in batches. So I'm here starting to work on the next couple of few hangers as the layers dry. also because I stopped using resin and I started using the Liquitex High Gloss. It does take a little bit longer for it to dry. I do feel like sometimes it's a little finicky, but look how pretty she looks. She's just so adorable. She's still got a cure though, but she is so cute. Now, if you have made it this far into the video, I do want to thank you. I'll be including a special discount code in the description of this video that you can get 15% off on my website on select items, as well on my Etsy shop, also on select items there. So you want to go ahead and try those or check those out. I'll put the links for both sites in the description. So enough talking and let's get to painting, at least something. I learned that I have to kind of divide my projects, otherwise I get stuck on one thing and just keep going. And right now, for what I need, I kind of have to split my time. So I am gonna go ahead and paint some plaques that I've had there empty for a long time. I think I'm gonna have to do 3 large ones, which I believe are at geez, I got tongue tied, 15-inch, and then I got quite a few of 12 inches, which I'm gonna do in a different design with 2 different colors. And I want to have some of these ready so that I can take to the festivals with me. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get this started. If you are not familiar but are curious of why I paint the flags in different options and different blues, is because there's always kind of like a debate as far as which blue actually belongs on the Puerto Rican flag. So I am not in the business of debating with anyone. I personally don't have a preference. Therefore, I offer both options, a darker blue and a light blue. Now, this blue is actually a sapphire blue, not this one, the darker one. It has a shine, like a pearl shine to it. I just like how it looks on woodcraft, so I use that one a lot. And then, of course, the light blue. Now, a lot of people always ask why some things are the way they are. I don't think they really realize how much time goes into something. And I personally take the time to measure things out, because otherwise it bothers me. I'm not saying that everything is perfect of what I do, but I try my hardest to make sure that everything is equal and measured and neat and clean. At least that's just how I feel. And I make a point to say that because I know that there's always someone that complains as far as prices go. But I also pay attention to what other artists do. And I'm not trying to knock anyone down or bring anyone down, but I can tell when some things are done just kind of freehand and not the image that I would like to present for me. So therefore, I make sure that I try to improve myself constantly. And therefore, I add the value that I add to it because of that. I know how much time I spend on there. And I say this so many times. Look at your work, pay attention to it, and value your work accordingly. If you are one of those that are pay attention to details and you spend time in trying to perfect your craft, then absolutely charge for what your work is worth. swear this part is like the most satisfying but nerve-wracking moment of any work, and it's taking the tape off. I personally don't like this paper tape as much because no matter how hard you try, unless you Mod Podge prior to, it's gonna bleed. It's definitely gonna bleed, but it's the largest one I have, so that's the one I opted to use. I want to add a quick side note here, okay? So this past week, I started painting this painting right here. If you have seen any of my stuff, then you know that I include a lot of Vejigante Mask on some of my artwork, primarily because I'm from Ponce, Puerto Rico, which is where the Ponce Festival is at, and you'll see a lot of the Vejigantes. Now, while I was painting this one, my son, he's so inquisitive, he started asking me more about the Vejigante, like the purpose and the history and stuff like that. I'll probably make a small video on here as well, because I do want to start making some cultural videos, but short ones, along with the paintings that I make, you know, corresponding with that topic. But anyways, what I did want to go ahead and tell you is, for those of you that are in North Carolina, at the Lams Anthropology Museum inside of Wake Forest University in Winston-Salem, I think that's what it is, I'll link it down in the description. They have an actual Vejigante mask on display currently. I'm not sure until when. I want to say it's a pretty long exhibition, but like I said, I'll link it down below, and it's in Winston-Salem. For me, it's about an hour and a half. So I have not made the trip myself. I'm hoping to, hopefully soon, but I just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know, so that if you are in the area, maybe you want to go ahead and check it out, as well as some other different types of cultural masks and items I think that they have from the Latin culture. I don't know the whole exhibition, I'll be honest. I was just more interested on the Vejigante mask and wanted to share that. Whoop, whoop. Guys, let's just do a quick unboxing here with a couple of things that I received from Amazon, and I'm actually kind of excited to go ahead and get these things out. So let me show you what I got. Of course, Goldo wanted to be all up in the mix, because that's just how he do. He just want to be nosy. All right, guys, so let me go ahead and explain what I have going on here. You know, I just realized that I wear this sweater a lot on my videos. I think you guys can tell now this is probably like my comfy house sweater. Don't judge me, okay? But I know I look like a big panda bear. But anyways, so vendor shows. I bought this specifically to do some of my festivals, because typically I don't carry too many canvases. I'm planning on carrying some of the smaller ones like this one, or even smaller like the 5x7, but I don't want to have them on the table. Now, before, a few years back, I had painted the window panes, and I had put brackets on the bottom so they can actually stand up, and they have these slits. I made sure that I use them on the side where the slits are facing up, so I can hook them, and I'll probably show later, or maybe on another video where I'm doing vendor shows. But I would hook up, like put hooks and then attach baskets on it, or sometimes I would ziplock baskets on the slits, and I can go ahead and prop products in that way. But I wanted to use this instead. So what I did was I got this one. This one I'm actually really liking it. It's very lightweight. And it just folds, and as you can see, I'm 5'5", it's shorter than me, so that I can go ahead and just fold it up, put it on the back of my Equinox, and just drive off. It already comes with the hinges attached. As you've seen, all I did was pull it out the box Literally, that's all I did. And then you buy hooks that you would for regular pegboards. Now, I decided to buy, I do have hooks for pegboards already, but I wanted these specifically because these are meant to be more for like frames. So they come 10 in a pack, and I'll show you guys a close-up, but it has 2 hooks on one side and then 1. So these would go on the back of the pegboard, and then you can go ahead and just hang the canvas here. This canvas is not done, but I had to show my son because he was curious. But as you can see, I went ahead and attached it, just kind of slid it in there and put the canvas up there. So I'm actually kind of excited about using this at the next vendor show, because then I can go ahead and have some of the smaller canvases. I don't like the fact that it's so, let me show you. It's all the way down there. I really don't know whether or not I can utilize the space on the bottom. I'll have to kind of look to see what other people do, but I'm really loving this so far. And it was inexpensive, you know. It didn't break the bank, basically is what I'm trying to say. And it was very easy, so I'm excited. I don't think I'm gonna paint it. I don't know yet. I don't think I'm gonna paint it. You guys let me know if I should paint it or not, but okay. In another video, I forgot which one, but I had shown you guys the small little notebook that I had made on KDP, and I like to try out some of the things that I make so that I know what it is that I'm doing. I know people go and they do the low content books and they just go ahead and just make a whole bunch and just put it out to the world, but don't really know what the physical copy looks like. They might not care, but I like to order some of the stuff for myself. I love carrying notebooks, and initially that's kind of what I did it for, because I like to make sure that if I'm carrying things already, if I can have those items be something that I design and create and be my own promoter, then why not? You know, it's why when I carry my art pouch, it is something that I designed. So if anybody says, oh my God, that's so cute, which it happens, I'm like, oh yeah, you can get it here. But I wanted to go ahead and make some notebooks because I personally love notebooks. I get that from my mom. She loves stationery. So I went ahead and created the smaller one that I put in another video. I'll probably put a picture up here somewhere. But that's more like a purse kind of notebook. It's very small, so I decided to create other things, and then I decided, well, let me see what else I can do. And so the first one that I did was a dotted journal. I love dotted journals. It gives me just freedom to do whatever I want to do, so I made this one. It's just nice and basic, and of course I got the camera flipped, so it might look funny. I'm not sure yet, but and I love it. And as you can see, is dotted. I'm so excited. I know that it's something small, but it makes me happy to just have even something small that you create, that you know you make it and it's yours, and I love it. So I made the dotted journal, and I actually put this one in a variety of colors, like the lavender and beige, and I just kept it simple, but with the nice little Taino patterns. And then I made a gratitude journal. And this is not one of my Puerto Rican designs. This is just relax and master the day. I have this design on like t-shirts and totes and stuff like that, and I wanted it on my gratitude journal. This one, because I don't know if you're familiar with KDP, not KDP, Book Bolt. You can have templates of it. So this one has a template for gratitude, and this one's mine. So I'm actually kind of excited to use this one, and I like the fact that this size, because the small size notebook that I made is so small that it's like mainly for notes, but in this size you're able to open it fully, and it gives you room. So I am very excited with this one. I'm very happy. And then of course I have a lot of people that like the kitchen, and so I decided to take one of my paintings and fix it up into a recipe journal. This one has blanks, so you can write your recipes. And then I took my design and made a nice little pattern on the back, and I love it. I love it. It just came out so pretty. I'm very excited for this. So I got a different color bind. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited. I am excited. Moving on, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my mixed media pad, the largest one I have for the next portion of my day. Now that the majority of the base paint is dry, even though it's not done yet, I'm gonna just go ahead and start making the stencils that I'm gonna utilize for the design of the plaque. I make my own stencils just simply by drawing a template and then tracing it onto the plaque so that I can hand paint it. Now, of course, I won't get to finish this process today. I just kind of want to get myself set up, and then hopefully I'll be able to show you guys the rest in another video. As you guys can see, I already have some mini sketches of ideas of what I want to draw on the plaques. Now, I'm just trying to figure out whether or not I want to use the one for the larger one. This one here is the one for the 15-inch, if I want to go ahead and make some smaller ones. I use regular carbon paper to trace it on the plaque. As I mentioned, I'll go ahead and link this product in the description as well. All right, guys, so I actually ended up with a surprise visit for my dad because he can help me break down a tent that flew off and broke and all this stuff. But anyways, so I didn't know he was coming, but he came, and I'm so excited. The kids are obviously excited, so I'm gonna actually go ahead and cut the studio vlog here. I kind of wanted to show you guys how I go ahead and the last thing that I was showing you as far as how I draw the things for the plaque and trace them and so forth, but I guess I'll leave that for the next video. I'm just gonna go ahead and close this one out here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.